This segment here is going to teach you how in iMovie to assemble the different segments of the service in order, just like we have laid out here in the run sheet. I'm not going to get into all of the fine-tooth editing, but just simply how to lay pieces in, and then you can begin to edit a little bit further down the road. So if you're ready, we're going to go ahead and get started. This uses Apple's program called iMovie, and you want to go back into your projects to open a new project. And so you can see all the existing projects that I've been a part of here and been doing really since we've been quarantined at home. But I'm going to create a new project. It's a new movie. And once that opens up, you're going to see it's listed here as My Movie on the right. And that's where we're going to be doing all of our work. Now, all of these on the left are the different bins where we have media that has been stored. These are the 6 segments that I've already recorded that correlate with the 6 segments here. We have the welcome, the transition from worship to Chuck the Duck, the transition from Chuck to the verse that teaches the verse and then goes into the game. Then from the game to the Bible lesson, and from the Bible lesson to the closing. So in total, there's only about 5 minutes or so of recording that I needed to do because all of these other videos had been provided for me. Now, what you'll see here are the videos that I recorded, and what I need to bring in are the videos that have been produced from the Easter at Home series. So I'm going to go simply to my Finder, and I'm going to browse to where I had all of the video and media graphics already put together and ready to go in. And what I'm going to do is simply select all of those, and on my Mac I hit the top one, I hit my Shift key and click the bottom one to select all of them and drag them down into this window, and it's going to simply import them right here. So now I have all of the different components, plus I have all of the different video segments in the order that they were recorded. Now I simply go back to my run sheet and I get them in order. So the first one is the countdown, followed by the welcome. And so back here to iMovie. And by the way, to flip back and forth, I'm simply hitting Command and Tab and it switches the programs. So my countdown is first. I'm going to click and drag that down here. You can see how long that is. And if I want to, at this point, I'm just simply going to make it the zoom way out so that I can fit more things on my timeline. Now I'm going to go into my welcome, and this is my welcome segment right here, and I'm simply going to hit my R key, and I'm going to click this right here to shorten it a little bit because this was the video that I used when we were doing the tutorial on how to do the editing, and we're going to drag that in just to get a little bit shorter so I don't have as much cleanup to do down the road. Now when I drag that down, it's simply dragging in the pieces between the little clips. And what you'll notice is it turned the bottom of that orange so that I know that's the segment that is in the video right here. And I can always adjust that a little bit later. I'm going to go back to my run sheet, and the next part was worship. And this was a piece that we're going to be using from Facebook. We don't have the rights to download and re-upload that as part of our own. So in this segment, we're going to have to find a different way to do that. And we'll come back and we'll do a different tutorial on how you do that. So in this part, we actually don't have worship, so it's not going to work quite the same way as if we had a worship song to put in there. Next, we're going to go into our next transition, which will be this piece right here. Then followed by Chuck the Duck. And here's the Chuck the Duck segment, which the nice thing about these ones is they've already been edited and ready to go. Now we have the Chuck the Duck into the verse, which would be this piece right here. Going to drop that one in. Then we go back to the game, and the game was with Pastor Vic, and it had the peeps. So we drop that one in. After the game is the transition into the Bible lesson, which would be this one right here, followed then by the Bible lesson itself. Then we have our closing, and then any announcements that you would do. Now, if you wanted to, you can always get in and you can put different transitions. So simply select transitions, and then you can go into, and I typically use just the cross dissolve. And what that does is it's going to drop in just a real simple transition between all of the different segments. Once you've completed all of your transitions, you've completed putting everything in order like you'd like to have it. It's simple as drag and drop, and then you're done with this portion.